ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Mississippi Wrestling Network. Today we are joined with Brandon Myhand, who wrestles out of Saltillo High School. How you doing today, Brandon?
I'm doing well.
All right, man. So let the fans know, what got you into wrestling and how long have you been wrestling?
I started in the 8th grade wrestling, coming out of boxing for about a year, and I loved it. This is my new thing. Football and wrestling was my sports. And sooner or later, I quit football to pursue wrestling.
All right, man. And so how much work do you put in, like, during the off season? Now that you quit football to focus solely on wrestling, what does your wrestling schedule look like each year?
Every other week, a wrestling tournament. 5 days a week, maybe 6 days a week over the summer training. On a good some days we'd get 3 hours a day. Hard days 4 or 5.
Shoot, yeah, man, pulling them 2-a-days and stuff. You know what I mean? All right. So Saltillo, unfortunately, didn't make the team state duels.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, and that was kind of one of my biggest letdowns for the season, if I'm just being honest. But you still have the North Half individuals and state individuals. Give us your thoughts going into that and your approach.
I'm gonna go into it hard and strong. I'm gonna wrestle hard and give it my all, and whatever outcome comes.
All right. Now, is there anybody or any, like I said, any name or anything like that out there that you got on your mind that you're gunning for?
Like who I'm trying to get?
Yeah. Like I hope they make it. That way we get a matchup.
I hope Parker Bradley and Gardner Taylor.
There we go. There we go. Hey, I would
Two
like
different weight classes, but I'm not sure where I want to go yet.
All right. Well, hey, I'm here for it. Like that, the both of them would be some good matchups. All right, man. So with that, you were there at the state duels yesterday. Give us your thoughts on, what you were able to see, and because you got to get a look at some of the South teams and stuff. Give us your thoughts on that.
The North has caught up with the South more than last year. Last year they were beating us by a lot, and we've grown and caught up with them, and it shell-shocked them a little bit. I seen them, their faces against Lewisburg, against Van Cleve. They were shocked at what happened. Everybody was shocked. And
yeah, I mean, I was one of them.
Lewisburg looked like a different team that day.
They really did, particularly in that finals. They really did. Like, as a team, they really did. They stepped it up. So, man, talk to us about, like, film sessions, stuff like that. Do you watch wrestling? And if so, like, how important do you feel like it is to watch wrestling?
I watch a little wrestling. I'm getting more into watching college wrestling. I watch a lot of wrestling of myself in general throughout the day, probably 2 or 3 hours a day. I watch myself over and over again wrestling, just seeing places I can improve.
All right. Well, man, you got anybody you want to give a shout out to?
I want to give a shout out to Trip Nallen, who's coming up next after this, by the way, next interview. Training partner, and Case Kincaid, one of my biggest help in wrestling, Coach Joel, and my family and friends.
All right, man. And how can the fans follow you on any of your socials?
Brandon Myhand 11 at TikTok.
All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Go give him a follow. Support this young wrestler. Brandon, we appreciate you sitting down with us today, brother.
Appreciate y'all.